Today we are making Hungarian mushroom soup. This recipe comes to us courtesy of Mollie Katzen in her classic vegetarian cookbook, Moosewood Cookbook. Here are the ingredients we're using today: 1.5 pounds of mushrooms, 2 onions, milk, butter, and sour cream, lemon juice, and all-purpose flour. And for our spices, we have salt, black pepper, paprika, and dill weed. Let's get started. You will either wash or peel your mushrooms and then slice evenly, and then peel and dice both onions. You can then measure out your spices, so 1 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon dill, 1 tablespoon paprika, and 1/4 teaspoon black pepper. You'll heat the Dutch oven on medium to low heat, and then add 2 tablespoons of butter and get that melted up. Once that butter is nicely melted, you'll go ahead and pour in your diced onions and saute those for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. You don't want them to get caramelized, you just want them to start barely getting translucent. And after those 5 minutes of sauteing, you'll add all the mushrooms and the spices and stir everything up until well incorporated. There is so much depth of flavor in this recipe. It's amazing. The flavors just keep building on each other in layers. You'll then cover and simmer for 15 minutes, stirring about every 5 minutes. Here we're measuring out 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And this is what the mixture looks like after 5 minutes. You can see the mushrooms are starting to release some of the juices. That's where a lot of the earthy flavor comes from that makes this soup so comforting and delicious. This is after 10 minutes. You can see the mushrooms are starting to shrink a little bit and almost starting to caramelize a little bit. Again, that flavor just gets concentrated. First, the mushrooms release the juices, and then as you cook them longer, the flavor becomes more concentrated. Mushrooms are amazing. And this is what everything looks like after 15 minutes. And you'll add the lemon juice just to get a little bit of acidity in there, and then stir it up. And you'll add 3 tablespoons of the all-purpose flour, 1 spoonful at a time, making sure to stir very well after each addition. This is where some of that thickness for the soup comes in with the flour. And that's why we're stirring really well, because we don't want lumps. We want that flour to kind of melt right into everything else. And that's the 3rd spoonful. We'll get that mixed up. Then you'll add 2 cups of water. And you'll cover and simmer for 10 minutes, being sure to stir every couple minutes, and especially make sure to stir the very bottom because you don't want anything burning or sticking, so just stir it very well. And you'll measure out 1 cup of milk. I pretty much use whole milk for everything. I just appreciate the flavor. And then half a cup of sour cream, which is about 125 grams by weight. And after that mixture has finished simmering, with that flour starting to thicken up the liquid a little bit and the water added so that nothing is burning, you'll add the milk and get that stirred up. And then you'll add the sour cream and you'll stir that until the sour cream has pretty much melted into the soup. And you'll stop the heat pretty much as soon as you add the sour cream, you stop the heat straight away. And here you'll taste the soup using a clean spoon, and you can add additional salt and pepper as needed to taste. Now it's time to make ourselves a nice bowl and enjoy the food that we worked so hard to make. Hungarian mushroom soup is an amazing, amazing dish. It's so hearty, it's filling, it's got incredible depth of flavor. You can garnish with fresh or dry parsley if you like. And let's do a taste test. This recipe is just incredibly delicious. Thank you so much for watching, and beter van.